Nithyananda everyone. Welcome back to the Bhavasmadhi Darshan. And now we'll start the segment on the glimpses of the glorious past on this day, that is 2nd June. We'll be starting from the year of 2004. And on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, conducted Nithyananda Sphurna program in Adi Kailasa, India. In this program, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave the deeper insights on the different layers of the guilt created by the six, social law, and the self. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says that unless you come out and work on the layers of the guilt, you will have to take another birth because it is more powerful than the soul's desire. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism then introduces the alchemy of consciously working on the guilt layers. So here in this video, we'll listen to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where he explains on how to clear wisdom of Kama Sutra and the homosexuality. Let us listen to Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
You will be there as a, you see, you will be, as of now, normally in a relationship, you play the game of man if you are a man. You play the game of women if you are a woman. So you just your body enjoys. When I say bisex, your body enjoys, you see separately that your body enjoys. Means, in the relationship, there is no guilt, there is no fear that the other will exploit you. As long as you don't have intimacy with the other, you can never experience your body enjoying it. First thing, in the normal sex, the heterosex, it's almost like a catharsis. You never relate with the other, just the bodies relate, over. Never the intimacy happens. Never you feel she is a being. Never you feel the other is a being. Never she feels you are a being. Once you start feeling that both are being, you may not need even the sex, but you will just see that your body is enjoying the other body. You will be out of body. That's what I call bisex. The fourth, let me finish the explanation. Autosex, homosex, bisex, and the heterosex, bisex. The fifth layer, what we call brahmacharya. You neither relate with the other body, nothing. You are just yourself. A continuous ecstasy happening in you. You can come to the brahmacharya state through this 4, 5, through this 4 and the 5th. Or you can come to the brahmacharya state directly by having the satori. By satori or sex. Sex or satori. Both can lead you to samadhi. Then what's your question? The one small thing is, in satori, you have to only train yourself. In this path, in the other path, you have to train the other also. The other person also must be able to receive such a standard ideas or the maturity, the energy, when it settles into the body, starting only it will be playing the both games. Once it totally gets settled, energy neither bothers about male body nor bothers about female body, it starts relating. It starts relating. One more thing, there are some people who are so strong, even after having few experiments with the heterosex, they are not able to go into the heterosex. For them, we better let them be in the same, nothing wrong. There are lot of references in our Mahabharata, in our Upanishads, in our Puranas for homosexuality being accepted as a social legal system. Actually, this time when I went to America, in California, homosexuality has been legally accepted. The marriage started happening exactly in that time only. Everywhere the same question. Swami, what Hinduism says about this? And I went to a temple to give a discourse. Just that day morning, the lesbian marriage has happened in the temple, Hindu temple. So big commotion. The trustees, how can you let this happen? Finally, the case was brought to me. What Hindu Shastra says about this?
Sorry, one last question.
No, let me finish this. What Hindu Shastra says about this? Finally, here the solution. You see, I do not know what socially you decide, but mythologically there is a reference. There are references. Secondly, the Aravanis. There are a lot of references who have lived in this way. So I think we should give them respect to live in their body, to live in their energy in a way. Consciously, if you scan them, they are beyond body. Meditation experience, spiritual experience is easy for them. Actually, try to consciously scan somebody. They are not under the spell of hormones. Already they are in a way, step ahead of the meditation. Either you should go for the intro and come to the meditation, or if he feels that he cannot go far, then let him jump to the meditation. Someone he can help. But if there is a possibility of retro, you should not directly enter into meditation. Please be very clear. You should try, then only you should come for the meditation. Because if it has to go through the retro, the meditation cannot help him. Either go through and he get healed, or escape and get healed. Yes.
Going back to the previous statement, at the age of 48, and it is greater than he is no longer living in the present scenario. You know, all this curriculum education and all that. The man still wants to go ahead and but
Only one way, Dukkarana meditation.
and the female partner has already had enough.
And you see, here is the important thing. At least if I am allowed, I will make a law. No way female partner should be compelled. No way female partner and male partner should be compelled. There should be no compulsion. You see, just if the marriage happens, just because you have been married, the whole life you are forced. I don't think it's that's what I tell always, legalized prostitution. That should be just a sin. It should become a clear law. No way, either from man's side or from women's side. It should be option. It should never be a compulsion. If the person is not understanding, I think it is time you should stand up and be very clear. It is time to show your boundary. It is time to prove who you are. It is time you should be very clear about the other person's boundary. See,
So when given a choice and if the cooperation is received from the male partner, the woman can stand up and say enough is enough.
yes,
Okay.
she has to stand up. And one more thing, she should slowly work towards the
Work towards the goal.
goal.
Okay.
You see, by just accepting the reality, you will not proceed at all. Don't do that.
Yeah.
At least work towards the goal.
Practical way.
This should be the goal.
Yeah.
And let you slowly work out. Of course, practical problems, only you have to work out.
Yeah.
I feel that when women are ready to draw their boundaries, I think they should have the magnanimity to accept that a man has to handle his sexuality. If he goes to another woman, it is fine. I mean, you can't tell him, I can't give you something, but you cannot go elsewhere.
Of course, what she says looks justified.
I mean, how can you do that? Just like you are asking
Yes.
something to be respected in you. I mean, you have
So
to...
we cannot say no to our argument.
Provided the family is protected in Indian way.
Yes. Family interests are protected.
That is
I think a father of any children will never bring it into the open. They have enough sense not to do it. Nobody is going to break a family. And in our Indian tradition, நம்மளுக்கு சின்ன வீடு இருந்திருக்கு, பெரிய வீடு இருந்திருக்கு, எல்லாம் இருந்திருக்கு. So it's not as if it's something out of the way anybody is doing. It's a question of understanding the other person's need and telling him, go ahead, but please be careful. That's it.
One thing, I tell you, once a man starts understanding and looks into the subjects and all, thousands of problems are solved. That's what I feel. It is not such a big problem. Actually, if you look into the problem, it is not so big. It is so big, we have never looked into it. Yes.
I actually have one other question, but since we are on this subject, why is it that a woman is very possessive of her husband, while a husband he loves his wife, but he's still, his eyes are roaming around, which he refuses to accept. Why is this in most of the cases? I mean, yes, even in the jungle, the lion looks after the lioness, keeps her next to him, but still looks at all the other lioness going around there. This seems to be a kind of an animal law.
The very basic energy, man means the extravert. It's just a giving energy. It's aggressive energy. Women means passive energy. Introvert, receiving. Passive energy is always suffering. Aggressive energy is based on greed. Passive energy is based on fear. Greed and the fear. Aggressive is always greed. Passive is always fear. That's why always men feel they are deprived. Always women feel they are exploited. It is the usual state of feeling. Always men feel they are deprived. Always women feel they are exploited. That's the usual state because it's a giving. It's the aggressive. It's the passive. So naturally, when the passive person, she is afraid. You see, when he is aggressive with me, naturally he will be aggressive everywhere. Because of her fear, she tries to possess. When you know how to respect each other, she will never feel she is exploited. You will never feel you are deprived. See, actually, I tell you, this Muladhara is under the big difficulty. That is why advice, please, always the male Muladhara is under the big pressure. That's why it feels it is deprived. Female Muladhara is under the fear. That's why it feels it is exploited. Both healed Muladharas will never feel it is getting exploited or it is deprived.
Moving to the next year, and on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visited the Himalayas, and this was the tour between the day of 23rd May and 7th June 2005. So, taking with him around 135 delegates from all over the world, the place is a visit where Rishikesh, Haridwar, Uttarkashi, Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath, Badrinath, and Josimath. Besides visiting holy shrines, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivered the powerful discourses on the various subjects, including the topic of guru-disciple relationship. He answered questions from the devotees on any subject of their choice. He also conducted a spiritual workshop on burning out all the engrams in each person that are the causative factor of all the physical and mental ailments. Devotees saw the SPH performing homas, abhisheka, and puja at all the places of visit. The group shared many spiritual experiences during the trip. On the June 2nd, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivered a discourse early in the morning before the group left for the trek to Kedarnath. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared some letters from the delegates on the Himalayan Yatra, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism answered questions on living multiple lives, living in different dimensions, and speaks on the relationship between the enlightenment and the pride. So let us listen to this video.
There's a letter. Dear Swamiji, I just want to tell you that I love you and I cannot imagine my life without you. I am grateful to existence for having brought such a beautiful master as you in my life. I don't know what will happen, but I want to dedicate my whole life to you. Please continue to guide me. Thank you, beloved Swamiji. These are the beautiful letters. 1,000 times more powerful than any questions. These letters will teach you much more than any other questions. 8 miraculous powers and the 6 powers of incarnation. I will talk about this, Swamiji. But to tell you honestly, when you understand you don't have power even to move your hand, you become incarnation of God. That's the truth, Swamiji. I can say, anybody who feels he is empowered, he can't be incarnation of God or enlightened. Actually, we don't possess enlightenment, Swamiji. Enlightenment possesses me. It is opposite way. Before enlightenment, to create a greed in you to achieve enlightenment, these Patanjali like masters speak about all these miraculous powers. But I don't think after enlightenment you get all those things in a silver plate or something like that. I can say it was all these things are one of the techniques to inspire people, Swamiji. Otherwise, actually to tell you honestly, before enlightenment I had many powers. I was able to materialize and lot of things, Swamiji. My classmates, if they don't want some teacher to come, if they want that some teacher should not come to school, they will come to me. And that Raghupati Yogi taught me some syllables. I will repeat that and let the teacher have diarrhea, he will not come. And there are so many powers I had, Swamiji, before enlightenment. After enlightenment, everything left me. I don't have any power. That's why when people ask me to materialize and all, I say, no, I don't. To tell you honestly, it's not even under my control, Swamiji. I always tell people, whether Shiva was caught by Sani or not, I don't know, but he was surely caught by Sali. Sali means cold. Anyhow, I never, before enlightenment only you possess powers, Swamiji. After enlightenment you don't possess any power. Simply you become nobody. One thing, if it wants, simply it expresses through your body and you are not even proud of that. You don't even feel proud about that, Swamiji. And I can say, not feeling proud of yourself is the ultimate freedom. Even there are two things, Swamiji. Always people either have guilt about their self or proud about their self. Both are dangerous, Swamiji. If you have a will and express any power, you will be proud of yourself, Swamiji. So it can't be enlightenment. At least I can say from my experience, suddenly there may be a lingam in my hand. I don't know. But it is not under my control. If it is necessary for the disciple, if the existence feels that guy will grow, it happens, Swamiji. That's all. That's why when people came and told me that in my photograph Vibhuti is coming, Kumkum is coming. Just now to apply Vibhuti on my forehead, I was asking her, Yama means in Tamil, mother, Swamiji. Oh, mom, get my Vibhuti. So she brought Vibhuti and gave it to me. And if I say that because of me only Vibhuti is coming from my photo, then why I need Vibhuti cup? Every day when they arrange my room, first thing they will do is Vibhuti cup and Kumkum cup only. Because I use only that two, nothing else, Swamiji. I don't use any other cosmetic item. This too is my cosmetic item. And every day they keep that 2 cups. So it's not under my control at all, Swamiji. It's completely out of my control. So I don't know whether the 6 powers or the 8 miraculous powers really come to a person after enlightenment. I can say one thing, Swamiji. In this last 3.5 years of research and development shows that all the powers have expressed through this body. All the 6 power and all the 8 miraculous powers expressed through this body. But never I felt it has happened through me. How much I feel the cold, even that much I did not feel those powers. So I can say this cold is more powerful than the 8 powers. More powerful than these 8 miraculous powers, Swamiji. If I allow this group to talk, each one to talk, I can give the proof for the 8 power and the 6 attributions, Swamiji. If I just allow this group, one by one, to come out and share all the 8 Ashtama Siddhis, Shat Aiswaryas. Ashtama Siddhi is the Patanjali, Shat Aiswarya is Bhagavata. So I can say, if I just allow this group to speak, I have solid proof for all the 8 Ashtama Siddhi and Shat Aiswaryas. But I never felt it has happened through me. I never felt. That's the reason. The other day, Swami, we were sitting on the shop outside and drinking tea. A man who feels he has got, forget about the 8 Siddhi, Swamiji. Even if he has got 1 Siddhi, can his butt sit there? He can't. He can't be so comfortable, Swamiji. If you see how comfortable I am here, you would have seen the same body language there. Same body language comfort, Swamiji. It's just because I never feel it's happening through me. It's just And one more thing, Swamiji. Whoever feels that powers are expressing through them, they are fools than magicians. At least magicians know that they are cheating others. But these people who think that they have miraculous powers, they don't even know that they are cheating others. They cheat themselves also, thinking that they have powers. Dear Swamiji, the soul trip was truly enlightening with experiences that will internalize as the month pass. Yamunotri was peaceful and beautiful. Gangotri was blissful and electrifying. Kedarnath was the peak. I felt the most incredible energy and light enveloped me at Shankaracharya's Samadhi. And the ecstasy pronounced when you bestowed me with my spiritual name. I feel incredibly blessed. Badrinath helped me purge my emotions, probably held back for 30 years when you did the Shraddha for my father. John Keats, in an ode to a Grecian urn, wrote, truth is beauty, beauty is truth. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know on earth. You embody energy, truth, beauty and knowledge for me. Help me gain my teja, as also known as intelligence. Oh, to blow, all right. To happen, okay. You will have it. When the name is given, that's a blessing. Beautiful. Somebody is saying about their experience in the Biddi ashram. When they are meditating, they saw me in Devi form. When they opened the eyes, they saw my Murti was decorated in Devi form. My blessings. Somebody is asking, do souls travel in specific soul groups? No, they don't travel in groups, they travel only individually. For Himalayas, you can come as group. For enlightenment, you have to go only as alone. Is it possible to live multiple lives at the same time in one dimension or other? No. You can't live multiple lives in the same dimension. Somebody is asking why there is no Saraswati temple anywhere. No, there are Saraswati temples in South India also, but not so much, because who wants intelligence? Everybody wants only money. So that's the reason. Less number of temples. All right. Somebody is asking, there is a name of the Shiva. have a little small program. Then let him do a little show. Call him. Yesterday he did not have enough time, so I told him to do a little show today.
You shared some beautiful spiritual experiences in Gujarat, in Himalayas, in Calcutta, etc. etc. Maybe the audience can benefit at some point before the end of the yatra.
All right, I'll speak. Actually, Vancouver, we have a real wonderful group, a sincere devotees. Sincerity is very high in Vancouver and Guadeloupe. France and Vancouver, sincerity is very high. Swamiji?
Only you can know how to sign, nobody.
Actually, that was one of the mantras which I was using before enlightenment. One mantra completely got forgotten. The other one, which I was using in the very young age, before first experience was there. That is the thing which I signed, Swami. Because I never felt connected to the name Nithyananda. So I felt connected only to that mantra. So I started signing that mantra, that's all.
Moving to the next year, and the year of 2007, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave a discourse and shared about how we have two different personality, one that we project to outer world and the one we project to ourselves. If one can integrate both identities, we can escape into the life rather than escaping away from the life. So we'll watch the video to get more deeper insights and understanding on the two different personality that we carry.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं परिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिम्
Escape into life. We all know escaping from life. Every magazine you open, every newspaper you open, continuously you will see advertisements to escape from life. Advertisements of resorts, holiday resorts, vacation beaches, hotels. All of them are constantly telling you to escape from life. But I am saying escape into life. Concept about life, if it is clear, then we'll know what I mean by the word escape into life. Life is not the fight between your two identities. You carry two identity. Identity which you show to the outer world, which you want the world to believe as you, and the identity which you carry in the inner world as you. So the identity which you show to the outer world will always be much more than what you are, because you are constantly taught how to sell yourself. It will be little more than what you are. It will always be more than what you are. And the identity which you carry in the inner world and you believe it as you will be always less than what you are. That is why you are constantly fighting with you. Identity which you show to the outer world and the identity which you believe as you in the inner world. Our life is nothing but struggle between these two. The fight between these two. Struggle between these two is what I call tension or stress. If you think this is life, then you have to escape from life. But this is not life. Life is the space. Life is the energy where these two identities do not exist. One beautiful thing is when these two identities meet with each other, when they are connected to each other, both of them disappear. They can be alive as long as the gap is there in between both of them. The identity which you show to the outer world and the identity which you believe as you in the inner world. These two identities will exist only as long as there is a gap between these two. Means you should not be a person whom you are projecting to the outer world. If you integrate both of them, suddenly you will see both of them disappear and you are escaping into life. Ramakrishna says beautifully, the moment you integrate your heart and the words, man muk ek karo, in Bengali he says, your being and the word, when both of them are connected, integrated, you are liberated. The two identities, the identity which you show to the outer world, how we want to be recognized, it will always be more than what we are. An identity which we believe as in the inner world, it will always be lower than what we are. You always calculate about yourself only based on your weakest actions. You remember only the failures. The identity we use in Sanskrit, we have two words in Sanskrit. Ahankar, Mamakar. Ahankar is one which we project to the outer world. Mamakar, which we believe as in the inner world. The fight between these two is what I call mind or ego. If you lived only with your mind, then you have to escape from life. But if you know the life is beyond these two, Ahankar and Mamakar, then you have to escape into life. Escaping from life, escaping into life. Two different things. You all of you must have tried enough of times escaping from life. All of you must have tried enough because constantly you are bombarded with the advertisements. The moment you switch on the TV, you see photographs, ads. The moment you open the magazines, you see ads. In the newspaper, you see ads. Everywhere you see ads with a beautiful swimsuit, lying on the beach or bank of a swimming pool or near a lake in some vacation resort. The photograph is constantly promising you, if you go to that place and lie down, you will be in heaven. So it's a visual promise given to you. You also tried many times. I think every one of you would have tried at least few times. But it's not happening. And even in your own inner space, when you see those advertisements, when you see a beautiful snow-covered mountain, or a beautiful hill, or a vast ocean, in the photograph, or in the ad, or in TV, you feel, if you go to that place and lie down like that, you will be in heaven. But when you go there and catch the same chair, same spot, same weather, even the same glass, and lie down, but you are not in heaven. What is happening? Where we are missing? If you look a little deep inside, you will understand. When you see the photograph, when you see those moments in the ad, why you want to go there, why you feel you will be in heaven if you go there, but if you go there physically, you don't feel that same thing. If you look a little deep, you will understand why. Actually, deep down, all of us want to go away somewhere where nobody knows us, where you don't need to hold on to your identity for your survival, where you don't need to constantly protect, hold on, keep that identity like a shield. See, your identity is, in the initial level you created it for protection, as a shield. But by and by, because you don't know how to relax from it, it has become prison. If you know the door is open, this is a room. If you don't have the key and it is locked, this is prison. Identity also, you built it to be a home. But by and by, when you don't know how to relax from it, it has become prison. So deep down, all of us have the craving to go away somewhere where you don't need to hold on to your identity. You don't need to constantly protect yourself with your identity. The desire for vacation is nothing but the desire to be without your identity. If you understand this basic truth, you don't have to escape from life, you can escape into life.
Moving to the next year, the year of 2009, and on this day, Kailasa Nithyananda Hindu University, which is headed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, organized the level 2 of Life Bliss program, that is Nithyananda Spurna program in Malaysia. The various students took part in this meditation program, a rare opportunity to receive instructions and inspiration directly from the master and explore in depth the physical, mental, and the spiritual aspect of the nature. In the year of 2011, on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated the delegates of Kailasa into the power manifestation. In the Vedagamas, the manifesting Shaktis are described as the system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities, powers, and have access to various states of consciousness. The Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine and you need to manifest the divine. And in this session, after the initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Rudraksha materialized in Kailasa in Oman. So in the pictures, you can see the materialized Rudraksha. Moving to the next year, the year of 2012, And on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, during the presidential address, Nithyananda Satsang, talked on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 42. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reveals the path to resolving confusion in our life. At moments when we are surrounded by the chaos and when we are unsure of what to do, we should immediately commit ourselves to intense action. When we initiate our creativity, our consciousness spontaneously expands. Hard work raises us to keener awareness and carve us into leadership. If we find ourselves in the midst of adverse circumstances, we should increase the intensity of our commitment. Ultimately, we discover that we can accomplish more than we thought to be possible. We extend our capacity for efficiency and achievement. So let us watch this Paramashivoham Oneness capsule, and where on this day the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was in Madurai Adinam, the Kailasa Darshan Pita Sarvanya Pitam. And here on this day, Tiruniyana Sambandhar Murthy graced the Adinam, Madurai Adinam from the Madurai temple. So let us catch the more glimpses from this day through this oneness capsule.
शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो सुवर्ण पद्मिनी तटान्त दिव्यहर्म्यवासिने सुपर्णवाहन प्रियाय सूर्यकोटि तेजसे सुवर्ण पद्मिनी तटान्त दिव्यहर्म्यवासिने सुपर्णवाहन प्रियाय सूर्यकोटि तेजसे अपर्णया विहारिणे धनान्धरेन्द्रधारिणे सदा नित्यानन्दाय ते नित्यानन्दाय शम्भवे अपर्णया विहारिणे धनान्धरेन्द्रधारिणे सदा नित्यानन्दाय ते नित्यानन्दाय शम्भवे शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो सुतुङ्गभङ्गजह्नजा सुधांशु खण्डमौलये पतङ्गपङ्कजा सुहृत्कृपीतयो निचक्षुषे सुतुङ्गभङ्गजह्नजा सुधांशु खण्डमौलये पतङ्गपङ्कजा सुहृत्कृपीतयो निचक्षुषे भुजङ्गराजकुण्डलाय पुण्यशालि बन्धवे सदा नित्यानन्दाय ते नित्यानन्दाय शम्भवे भुजङ्गराजकुण्डलाय पुण्यशालि बन्धवे सदा नित्यानन्दाय ते नित्यानन्दाय शम्भवे शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो शरणं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरो
today's satsang in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, 42nd Sutra.
तस्माद् अज्ञानसम्भूतं हृत्स्थं ज्ञानसिनात्मनः चित्वैनं संशयं योगम् आतिष्ठ उत्तिष्ठ भारत.
तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतं हृत्स्थं ज्ञानासिन आत्मनः चित्वैनं संशयं योगम् आतिष्ठ उत्तिष्ठ भारत. Translation: Therefore, O descendant of Bharata, having destroyed with the sword of your essential nature this irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in the heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. I can be very sure when Bhagavan uttered these words, he says, I'll bless you, but I know I have to talk again. O descendant of Bharata, having destroyed with the sword of your essential nature this irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in the heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. I tell you, whenever you are in confusion, the best way to get out of confusion is start doing intense action. Start creating. Take the decision which expands your consciousness even though it pains. When I took this responsibility of Madurai Adinam, even people who are around me, they said, oh God, Swamiji, do you know, it's a huge work. And many of our devotees, Swamiji, do you know what you are getting into? There will be so much of opposition, all that. I told them in one word, always decide for fulfilling what you stand for. I know for sure this seat, the seat of Madurai Adinam, will really help me to fulfill my mission of making human beings living enlightenment, making human beings experience enlightenment, raised consciousness, for teaching the spirituality. I know for sure this pita, this throne, this seat will be a very powerful help. That is the reason I took up this responsibility. Whenever you are in confusion, dilemma, take up responsibilities. Go on expanding. I know this responsibility is not a piece of cake for me. It was pieces of cake for me. I have to gather everything together, to put it together. If it is piece of cake, you can eat. If it is pieces of cake, first you have to assemble to make a cake out of it. But I tell you, life is a play. Life is a joy. You don't know how heavy it feels, all these Rudrakshas. But that's the way life is. That is the way life is. wearing at least 4 to 5 kg weight on me. Tasmadanyana sambhutam hridstam jnanasina atmanaha chitvainam samsayam yogam attishta uttishta bharata. O descendant of Bharata, having destroyed with the sword of your essential nature this irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in the heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. I tell you, the power of hard work, not smart work, power of hard work. 2 days before, I gave you all one homework. I spoke on the spontaneous readiness for intense action one day. I told all of you to pen down that day satsang in your book of art with your handwriting. So I went to our website and saw the transcript which you are supposed to pen down in your notebook. I had little time. So in all this, amidst this war, so I thought, why not me also pen down? Of course, I did not get a paper and pen, but I took up my iPad and started typing. I kept that in one screen, in another one I had 2 iPads. Another one iPad, I started typing. I tell you, really I tell you, I don't know how you will understand. I understood my own discourse more deeply when I typed. No, you understand whatever way you want. I don't want to interpret on that. But when I typed, I said, oh God, did I say it? It's my discourse, transcribed, faithfully, using the video record. When I myself was typing it again, I was shocked, but I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the whole experience. Because when I was typing it once more, I saw very clearly, point by point, like a system, the whole truth is evolving. See, to tell you honestly, when I sit here, all I do is I connect with the whole group of disciples sitting all over the world. And I say, all right, whatever they need, let it come out. It comes out. That day I myself got a chance to relook at whatever I said. Then I thought, oh God, what a gift to a seeker, because very systematically the whole truth is presented. It was a discourse on samshayatma vinashyati. And of course, I have spoken on readiness for intense action, spontaneous readiness for intense action. About that also I given an introduction. Hard work has its own strength. Hard work in hostile situation makes you a leader. I used to tell, people ask me, how did you spread spirituality all over the world? How did so many thousands are inspired by you? I used to tell them, you see, if somebody is able to drive in Calcutta, he can get international license immediately. He can drive anywhere in the world. That's the worst traffic. Actually, if you walk on the banners, you will reach the place more earlier than sitting in the taxi. In Calcutta, if traffic jam happens, you are supposed to reach Howrah station or the airport. The best thing you can do is get out of your taxi, walk on the banners. Just from one car to another car. Start walking on one car to another car. That's the best way and easiest way you will reach your destination. If you are sitting inside your taxi, cab and expecting that you will reach the place little late, forget about it. The worst traffic I've ever seen on the planet Earth. Or I can say in the cosmos is Calcutta traffic. God. I don't speak about Calcutta because the moment I speak about Calcutta, it pulls me like Kailasa. The place where Sri Ramakrishna lived. Whatever Sampradaya I may represent sometime Shankara Sampradaya when I speak, Brahma Sutras. When I sit in the Madurai Adinam, I may represent Jnana Sambandha Sampradaya. For my disciples, they may perceive me as representing Nithyananda Sampradaya. Whatever Sampradayas I may represent in different times. But when I am all by myself, I represent Ramakrishna Sampradaya. Because Ramakrishna is irremovable component of my being. Still, when I try to find a spiritual solution for any issue, in my book of art, I turn to Ramakrishna only. See, in my book of art, I have millions of solutions. Still, for me to have a solution, I turn to Ramakrishna only. Millions may turn to me, but I myself turn to Ramakrishna only. If I start the word Calcutta, I know I'll get into Ramakrishna and will not come back to Sri Krishna. That is why I don't touch Calcutta. Anyhow, just like Calcutta's traffic, if you are able to drive in Calcutta, you can drive anywhere in the world. Same way, if you can inspire Tamilians, you can inspire anybody in the world. I have inspired Tamilians. I did hard work my first 10 years of my mission. You see, the beginning of your mission only you set your standards. How many hours you are going to work, how you are going to work, what kind of methods you are going to reach out, you are going to use to reach out your message to people. All that is standardized, set as a trend only in the first 10 years. The first 10 years, I worked hard in the worst hostile situations. I tell you, I have polished myself like diamond polishing, like diamond cutting. I have cut myself. Now I know for sure I will be successful anywhere. I can inspire any human being. Manu very beautifully describes the period of brahmacharya, the period of learning should be in a place where intense hostility is there. Because when the situation around you is hostile, your swadhisthana cannot sleep. It will be so wide, open, widely available, aware of looking at everything and everybody without resting into peace. It will imbibe more and more things. It's like before going for feast, you take some appetizer so that your stomach is open for swallowing everything. I tell you, I worked in the most hostile group of people. How everybody perceives everything. The word Nithyananda is such a vibrant word. Nobody wants to miss it. No media wants to publish their version without the word Nithyananda, whether it's a TV media or a visual media or a print media or a radio or weekly or monthly. They don't want to miss the name Nithyananda in the front page. It's almost like before we write like a Om, Shubha, Shivaya Nama. Like that, media uses the word Nithyananda. I tell you, I worked in such a horrible, most hostile atmosphere and situation. That is why I am telling you, I will revive Vedic tradition. Because I have polished my instrument, my weapon, my intelligence, using the most hostile atmosphere. The irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. Bhagavan is beautifully giving direct instruction. At the end of every chapter, Bhagavan gives direct instruction to Arjuna, do it. So in the 4th chapter also, he gives direct instruction. After explaining all the logic, Bhagavan now says, direct instruction. Stand up and gain superiority through intense action. This is the last sutra of the 4th chapter, 42nd verse. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvate Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturtodhyayaha. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Gamsachanuramardhanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
Swagatam Anandanubhavaswadam Sarvaroganivarakam Vande Papa Vinashaktam Nithyanandaya Swagatam Nityamuktam Nirvikalpam Dhyanaloka Pradipakam Vande Shantamayam Bandham Nithyanandaya Swagatam Anandagandha Sancharam Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam Vande Jnanalayam Natham Nithyanandaya Swagatam.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Biradi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 097422033311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.
Moving to the next year, the year of 2013, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in the presidential address, Nithyananda Satsang encouraged devotees to complete their root pattern without delay to experience immediate miracles in the life. Every problem transforms once the root problems are resolved. All the obstacles to our possibility melt down. We learn to integrate our inner self with the way other perceives us, and once integrated, find a new way of thinking, feeling, and living, expressing ourselves through the four principles. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that authenticity has to be practiced authentically. Bring constantly authenticity in your actions. Authentically means the deeper and deeper layers of your being should imbibe these four principles. That is when the success or creating the reality you want is possible. Actually, all your goals are nothing but creating the reality you want. It can be wealth, it can be health, it can be good relationships, it can even be enlightenment, anything it can be. It is nothing but creating the reality you want. It is possible when your deeper and deeper layers of being start practicing the four tattva. So I request all the viewers, you can watch this video by visiting nithyanandapedia.org. Moving to the next year, the year of 2014, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in presidential address, Nithyananda Satsang spoke on living Advaita and recreating our reality. He advised us that when we create a space for something and then have an incompletion, the whole thing collapses. We need to complete the incompletions and then recreate the space again because the incompletions caused the space to collapse. Learning the state to be in the science of creating the space. Moving to the next year, the year of 2015, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism returned from the Varanasi to build the ashram, the Nithyananda Peeth, Adi Nithyananda Peetha, which is celebrating the very important auspicious day of Nithyananda Purnima, the 26th anniversary of his enlightenment day. That happened in the lab of Arunachala Hill. The SPH shared how this Nithyananda Purnima is extra special as he is feeling fulfilled, having reproduced dimensions of his enlightenment in others, such as the third eye awakening. He blesses us all to experience third eye awakening. So let us watch, catch a glimpse of this day.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanidar, Kotari, everyone sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, cities sitting with us, having Nayana Diksha, Melbourne Adinam, Houston Adinam, St. Louis Adinam, Guadalupe Adinam, Kuala Lumpur Adinam, Ponca City, Oklahoma, Melbourne Adinam, Hollywood Satsang Center, Hong Kong Sirgari, Singapore Adinam, Beverly Hills, California, Phoenix Adinam, Oklahoma Adinam, Toronto Adinam, Vancouver, Canada, Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles Adinam, Ohio Adinam, Seattle Adinam, Redmond, Washington, San Jose Adinam, Austin, China, Montclair, and some more cities. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. First, the Jnana Sambandhas Mahotsava starts from today. His birth, he getting the mother's milk, and he establishing Saivism, and his Videha Samadhi with Mahadeva. All that will be celebrated from today. So first let us start the traditional ritual of his birth, Jnana Sambandha's birth. Then today we have a grand celebration of Nithyananda Purnima. My enlightenment day celebrations.
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. ओम गणानां श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः. ओम प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजनिर्वाजिनीवती हीनाम् अविद्यवतो सरस्वती नमः. ओम अग्निते पुनरस्मात् पश्येम सूर्यमुच्चरन्तमनुमते प्रलयान स्वस्ति आवाहितं पूजयामि
formally we started. The Utsava of Jnana Sambandhar. Today we will be celebrating his incarnation, means taking birth. Tomorrow he receiving the enlightenment milk from Devi. Then next day is Mahasamadhi, Videha Samadhi into Mahadeva. Next, today 20
Moving to the next year, the year of 2016, and again, you can watch this video on Nithyananda as we are running out of time. We'll move to the next year, the year of 2017, and on this day, in this exciting presentation, Supreme Pontiff of New Adinavasis of Nithyananda Peetham, the Guru Adinam, shared what it is like for them to live in the home of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. They have come from all around the world and without any prior spiritual training, are now manifesting amazing powers of the third eye and living a life beyond their dreams. This was the first ever Sadashivatva Adinvasi training program, but surely it won't be the last. Moving to the next year, the year of 2019, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in the presidential address, Nithyananda Satsang spoke on the cosmic principles of Devi Meenakshi during today's public address. The SPH shared that whoever committed to contribute to his Shamalapita Sarvanyapita will be deified inside Kailasa and will live in the deity form in the breathing space of Meenakshi forever. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism announced that the divine feminine consciousness, Devi Parashakti, decided to manifest in the human plane, assuming the form of Devi Meenakshi, materializing herself amidst the bright flame of the sacred Homa and emerging as queen of all the three worlds. He revealed that Devi Meenakshi landed to revitalize the endangered spiritual enlightenment ecosystem, and the whole Lalita Sahasranama were compiled by the great beings singing her glory. He announced that continuous Nitya Annadanam to be served from the Shamalapita Sarvanyapitam, feeding over 25,000 per day. Moving to the next year, the year of 2020, and on this day, Kailasa Department of Information Broadcasting, in collaboration with the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nation for Peacekeeping, aimed at eradicating violence and promoting peace, telecasted the Nithyananda Satsang on simple integrity to Guru. Master is a master key revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The SPH revealed the most powerful truth that the master is a master key, and when we declare our integrity to Guru, all the strength, powerful cognizance, and wealth of the Guru becomes ours. He will ensure that anyone who declares their integrity to him will also experience his same space. SPH worked further on raising the consciousness of delegates by bestowing them with the Lord Surya Bhavasamadhi Darshan and Navagraha Bhavasamadhi Darshan. So with this, we come to the end of today's Bhavasamadhi Darshan, and we'll be moving into the alive satsang, the Nithyananda Satsang. So we request all the viewers to please sit straight and let's get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In the alive satsang, we request all the viewers who are watching us now to sit straight and come to the meditative space to receive the initiation and the darshan of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Will now be entering into the alive satsang, Nithyananda Satsang.
Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Consciously, how you decide